Hey, Mark. Shout out to you, bro.
Let's go! 0-3, baby!
See, that's what I'm talking about, bro. I'm talking about.
Guys, welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia, and welcome to the 10th episode of the Steelers Ironcast. And today, guys, we're going to have a bit of a fun video. I've got 3 topics to talk about in this Ironcast. No guests today, just me talking football and talking Pittsburgh Steelers. Firstly, I want to start off with, we had the draft last week, so I didn't get to have a chance to do anything. I was doing way too many things with this channel, the Pittsburgh Steelers Syndicate. If you haven't checked it out too, check out the Pittsburgh Steelers Syndicate. We are going quite hard in the paint over there with over almost, I think, 700 subs. Myself and Britsburgh Owen are having a good time trying to grow the channel as best we can. And also, guys, I'm trying to grow this channel too. So if you do watch these videos and you haven't hit the sub yet, but you come back, 3, 4, 5 times, you've seen my face a few times, think about hitting the sub. Just push that button and then we'll move on. I'll be happy. You'll be happy. But guys, I want to talk about Najee Harris, right? One of my favorites, Najee Harris. He went to Mexico to announce, I think he announced the Calvin Austin pick, I'm pretty sure, on day 3? Yeah, it might have been day 3. He announced Calvin Austin. He was in Mexico City. He was talking and hanging out with all the fans down there because there are some crazy NFL and Steeler fanatics down in Mexico City and in Mexico. You guys are 100% crazy. I know that my friends Gil and Sergio, who run the photo Steelers that happens around the world on the exact same day. I have participated in once in person down in Melbourne, down south, with some friends of mine. It's a fantastic feeling. It's a great time to be down there in Melbourne and being a part of the photo that goes all around the world. Actually, the photo that goes all around the world is Australia is, I think, first. So when we did it in 2019, I went down to Melbourne. I saw some of my mates down there who are Steeler fans. There's about 7 of us. And we did the photo at 10 a.m. And we were one of the first countries out of all the countries. So if you've ever seen that on Steeler Nation Unite or PittsburghSteelers.com, we put Australia on the map, or I helped put Australia on the map. So we will be doing that again this year. So if you are living in Australia, let me know where you're from in Australia. But I do know a lot of you from my Facebook and from the YouTube also. So when the time comes to September, I think it's a week before the games start, it's normally around Father's Day. We're going to try and have Sydney, Melbourne, Canberra, Brisbane, Perth, all the countries, all the cities around Australia hopefully can participate in the photo Steelers. And it goes global every single year. It's fantastic. I've been a part of it 3 or 4 times now. 3 times, and I love it. So shout out to Gil and Sergio from Steelers Nation Mexico or Global Steelers. There's that many of you guys out there, and it's fantastic to hang out with you guys. But back to my point, Najee Harris, right? Najee Harris was hanging out there in Mexico City, having a good time, announcing the pick. I think it was Calvin Austin, and I saw a few things that I want to point out why I think that Najee is, a good Steeler, and in my opinion, a true Steeler. He's so humble. He's so relaxed, and he always wants to learn. There was a video out there, a bit of a mashup. The Steelers were, taking video of them cooking all the food and getting things together, that kind of stuff. And there was a video where Najee Harris, right, he was talking to the chef, and this is what I picked up. Why I like him and why I grew to even like him even more. Rather than talk to the camera, so the person was here, say you're the person I'm talking to, right? He wasn't talking to the camera and saying, hey guys, come down to Mexico, it's a great place. He was having a conversation with the person next to him. He didn't care about the camera. Whatever that guy was saying, whatever the chef was saying to him and having a good laugh with him, he was so intrigued and invested in that conversation. And that's what I like. Go back and watch that video. Go back and find Najee Harris, 2-minute clip, I think, when he's in Mexico, and he's having a conversation with the chef down there. And you notice straight away, his body language towards the chef is, tell me more. What else can you tell me about your city, about your culture, about about the Steelers? What else can you tell me about what you know about your local heritage and the country in general? Tell me. So that is fantastic. I love that. I love to see Najee to remain so humble, and he's still such a good player. He is going to have such a fantastic year and a great year as a Steeler. Do you know why? Because of those traits. So they do say, well, running backs only last 3 or 4 years and they go downhill. We all know what happened with Bell. Bell's like non-existent now. Le'Veon Bell, he's not even anywhere to be found. Right? We all know what happened with Mendenhall. He was going great guns, went down. James Conner, on the other hand, James Conner's in Arizona, and he's got a 3-year contract, and he was a good person too. He's excelling, but I think Najee's going to be better. I get a feeling that Najee is going to be better because he's just so invested, so intrigued about everything that you see him go help out the community. You see him, I think he was playing basketball. He was playing basketball with the kids, like having fun. Or was it basketball or soccer? No, soccer. He was playing soccer, right? Having fun with them, kicking the football. He's really just enjoying the moment. That is, the here and now, and wherever he is, he's enjoying that moment. So hopefully that transitions into on the field and he can enjoy the moment running past linebackers, safeties, and getting touchdowns. Because I think, he's becoming one of my favorites at the moment. And I don't normally choose Steeler favorites to be on offense. I normally choose my Steeler favorites to be on defense. E.g. Debo Harrison, E.g. Troy Polamalu, right? Brett Kiesel, James Ferrier, you name it. Lawrence Timmons, I used to love the way that he played too. I choose those fellas normally I choose them on defense is to be my favorite, right? But Najee Harris, work ethic, his ability to run the ball, his his chance, how he remains humble in those situations where he could have made it about himself, but he didn't. He doesn't make it about himself. He makes it about the team. He makes it about the culture that he was in, the people that he's around. He was so thankful to be down in Mexico City to announce the pick and be surrounded by Steeler fans, friends and family, everyone. Everyone loved him. He would be such an amazing person to meet and gain some knowledge of, for sure, right? He even said in the video too, he even said that it was his first time out of America. The bloke's 23 and he's never left America. And that's fine. You guys have a big country. You guys have a massive country, right? You got so many places to go, so many things to do, so many different cultures that are in America. So I'm not saying you don't have to leave. I'm saying that was his first chance to leave America. He went down to Mexico and had one of the best times. Such a fun video. It makes me think to a few points. There's one point that comes to mind straight away. So many people are shitting on the Steelers, saying they won't do anything. This is going to happen. They haven't got the offensive line. They need a better cornerback. The middle linebacking play isn't the best. Devin Bush won't do anything. Devin Bush is scrapped. The quarterback, you don't know who your quarterback is with Trubisky or Pickett or Rudolph. You don't know. And I started to think, I don't think you know the Pittsburgh Steelers, right? The offensive line got better. It got much better, 100%. Bring in Mason Cole, bring in James Daniels. They're going to start to work, right? Dan Moore Jr. second year, Dotson second year, much better. Najee Harris into his second year, developing some guys from, hopefully the second running back. There were quite a few free. I can't pronounce his name, but my mate Britsburgh Owen did a good video. Maybe I'll link it. I'll link this video. His one. It's I can't remember his name. Something Durant, Mateo Durant. He did a great piece on him talking about Durant as a second running back for the Steelers. He's undrafted free agent. I think he got the biggest contract in Pittsburgh history. I don't know what it was, like a 3-year deal, $2.5 million or something like that. Anyways, I'll link that video in this description, so you can check that out. Owen's doing crazy things over there. He does a really good video about this fella. Like, it's really good. So yeah, there's stuff like that going on. I don't think that the Pittsburgh Steelers are in a bad situation. I actually think this is probably the best off season, including with Ben in the last 3 years that they've had. Because you already have guys like TJ, you have guys like Cameron Hayward, you already have guys like Minka and Terrell at least locked down for one more year, right? They can go out there and give a big deal to Minka, and they probably will. But you have guys who are locked down already, and there's now a point where you went and did the draft. You got Kenny Pickett, you got your guy for the next 3 or 4 years. You also got a physical receiver, George Pickens, who we covered the other day about being too physical or really physical. Now, I just hope that he can keep his ego in check and not get flags, right? If he can start to do that, then I think we're fine. And then we also got Calvin Austin. We got I can't remember his name, Leal, the defensive line guy. He's a pretty big unit. And Connor Haywood and Mark Robinson, the linebacker, and then Chris Oladukin. Right, so the Pittsburgh Steelers had a pretty good draft, and the reason why I bring this up too, because guys, I wanted to go into today. I want to show you guys the power rankings, the NFL power rankings, because I just find them funny. I think, how can you rank a team that hasn't played a snap yet? However, we're in the day and age where we need to rank everything, and if there's a chance to rank stuff, I'm going to comment. So let's look. Okay. Is this the one? This one. So you know what? Before I go through, hang on. I don't want you to burn your eyes and do the scrolling. I'll do the scrolling first. We'll go through those like KC at 7, Denver at 8, LA at 9, Baltimore Ravens at 11 somehow. They had a good draft, and we're going to go through the draft as well. Now the Cleveland Browns at 14. I don't know about that. Now, I'm scrolling down a long time. Okay, so it comes to the Pittsburgh Steelers at 21. So let's look at this. The Pittsburgh Steelers are at 21. Let me get a sip of my coffee. I'm going to try and, you know what? I'm a bit burnt out today, guys, so I'll be real with you. We're going to do this edit-free. So just act like it's live, all right? All right, 3, 2, 1, go. No, I'm just joking. Look, we're gonna do this edit free. We're gonna do edit free. I'm sick of editing today. I've been doing a lot of editing with all the other stuff. I'm sick of it. Hang on. That is good coffee. Okay, so as long as I don't burp or whatever, I probably will, by the way. Okay, edit free. The Pittsburgh Steelers are ranked number 21, and this is from NFL.com. So Kevin Colbert's final draft as the Steelers GM went the way many expected. The man responsible for bringing Big Ben to Pittsburgh targeted his successor with the first-round selection of Kenny Pickett. Now, guys, there's also been some news out there. I saw in one article. Where was it? I think it was like SportsIllustrated.com that they said, I think it was them. They said that Kenny Pickett was the worst pick of the draft because we went up there and got him too early. I don't agree with that. I think that's dumb. Excuse me, that was a coffee burp. That was a bad burp. But remember, no edits. Okay. The Steelers. Okay. The Steelers know Pickett better than anyone. Pitt and the Steelers share the same. We know that, mate. And it was telling how Mike Tomlin chose to answer the question about Pickett's immediate viability as a potential Week 1 starter. He said, he certainly has a chance. Well, we all know what Mike Tomlin does, mate. Mike Tomlin doesn't give you the full story, okay? Mike Tomlin would just... He's a wordsmith. He knows how to get around it, you know? Oh, man, he certainly has a chance. Well, of course he's got a chance. He's on the roster. All right, we felt he came ready, made in those ways. Hopefully that's an asset in terms of being able to compete and being ready if his performance dictates. This is why I hate the NFL. The Mitch Trubisky era could be over before it even started. No, it doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that at all. It pretty much means, Tomlin is saying here, it pretty much means that He certainly has a chance. He has a chance because he's on the roster. He's a 1 in 4 chance to be a starter. And because he says that, the NFL runs with a narrative saying the Mitchell Trubisky era could be over. The Steelers didn't just go out and pay them, didn't go out there and pay a 2-year deal, right? A lot of coin to have no chance to start Trubisky. This is why I dislike the NFL. And this is why you guys, if you like my content, hit that sub because you'll get my reaction to this. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense. Look, Tomlin said he certainly has a chance. And that's 100% true. Every player has a chance to make the roster, right? And then what they do is they grab that and they say, well, the Mitchell Trubisky era could be in shambles. It could be over. It could be done. It could be, it's see you later, mate. It's done already. But that doesn't make sense, does it? The NFL always needs to turn these things upside down. Okay? That's probably why they're millions and millions and millions of dollars, right? It's like me saying right now, I'm going to tell you right now who the Pittsburgh Steelers will draft, who will be QB number 1, but I'll tell you next week, right? It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing, right? I actually think that Mitchell Trubisky will be QB number 1, to be honest. I think that's the way it goes. And you guys saw my draft video yesterday or the day before. Go back and have a look at that if you didn't see it. So the Mitchell Trubisky era could be over before it started. That doesn't make any sense. That makes no sense. I don't know if you guys can see that. Sorry about that. Yeah, you can see half of it. It doesn't make any sense to say that, right? So let me get rid of that. Woo! That's the first part. We're going edit free in 2023. That's 2022. Okay, next. We have, I wanted to look into the AFC North draft. I wanted to see some of the draft, right? So let me get rid of this. Remove that. Yeah, do that, mate. Do this. I should have played some music or something, shouldn't I? I have no music. Okay, we're gonna go through the AFC North and the draft. Now, I do remind you guys, I don't know the draft that well. However, I do know position. I know position. So let me zoom in a little bit. Okay. Okay. The Pittsburgh Steelers. Oh, no, sorry. We'll start with Baltimore. We already know the Steelers. Baltimore Ravens so far, right? In round 1, the Baltimore Ravens went Kyle Hamilton, safety. Now, this is a guy. This is a pretty good man. I'm a bit worried actually. I'm pretty worried that this is gonna hurt us too. So the Ravens had a pretty good draft. They went Kyle Hamilton. He's a fantastic athlete, and from Notre Dame. Where is he? Overall, they ranked him 9, and he's 14. They got him at 14. So the Ravens got a really good player there at 14. They got their safety. They got their guy for the next 5-7 years or whatever, right? So now we have to hate Kyle Hamilton, not as a person, but as a Raven. Okay, let's get down the list. They went and got Ty Linderbaum at 25 in the first round. So they got a center now too. They got the explosive David Ojabo, outside linebacker, right? They got the big fella Travis Jones in the 3rd round with a 12 pick. So far they had a pretty good draft. They got the big Australian, right? They got the Australian. I had a funny thing the other day. I was talking to a bloke on my other channel, football. What do I do? Football Down Under, right? Talking about football, and he was trying to convince me that CFL was good. He was trying to convince me that the CFL was good, and I was like, "What?" He said, and look, each to their own. But he said the CFL is better than the NFL. I was like, "Are you for real?" And then we had different opinions, right? However, this is one thing I do like about YouTube, right? I do like the fact that when some people call you out, and he said in the comment, it was like, "Well, the NFL have never drafted any Australians." Wrong. They've drafted plenty of Australians. They've given a lot of Australians a shot. And the NFL drafted, or the Ravens drafted, where's his name? Daniel Falele, Minnesota offensive tackle. This bloke is like 6'8", right? So this guy was trying to convince me that the CFL was better because Australians played in the CFL. Now I'll tell you one thing, guys. I don't give a blues razoo about any Australian playing in the NFL. Not really. I don't really care that much. I care about the game in total. I care about the American football game. If Australians play in that, fantastic. I'm an Australian watching the game. I'm not an Australian watching Australians play the game, if that makes sense. A few years ago, we had Jared Hayne, who now he did some really bad things. You think that Deshaun Watson's in trouble. Jared Hayne did some really bad things overseas, and he went to prison for it. Did some horrible things to women over there, right? And he got his time. But Jared Hayne was a football player from Australia. He went over there, played with the Niners. I didn't care about him. I wish him success, but I didn't care about him. I care about the team and the football league in general, right? Another guy, what's his name? Holmes. I can't remember his first name. Holmes. He played for the Jets. I can't remember his first name. Anyways, these two players, people would always ask me, do you think he's going to go well? It's a brand new athlete, an Australian going over there, blah, blah, blah. He's going to do the best that he can. I was like, no, I don't think so. I don't think he'll do that well, to be honest. I don't. Because in America, you guys grow up watching the game. You grow up watching the game. You grow up playing the game. It's in your blood. It's in your nature to grow up and, it's part of your culture. You know what I'm saying? So, look, yeah, I wish him luck. I wish all the Australians the luck in the NFL. But I don't follow Australians in the NFL just like that. I follow the American football because I'm Australian, right? Not the other way around. Anyways. All right. My bad. I didn't go back. Okay. So Daniel Falele is a pretty big unit though. He's 6'8". So far the Ravens haven't had a massive draft. Daniel Falele is 6'8", big offensive tackle, good selection at the 4th round there. So that bloke who said they don't select any Australians in the draft, you're wrong. All right. Now they go and get Charlie Koala Bear. I have no idea who that is. Jordan Stout, Isaiah likely to be chosen. Yeah, he got chosen too. And then Damarian Williams and Tyler Batty. Okay, those guys, no idea. All right, let's move on. Who do we got next? Sweet, we got look, they're all together. We'll do Cincinnati, then we'll do the Brownies last. Okay, so Cincinnati got Daxton Hill, another safety. So we have to figure out two safeties. That 30. We got him at 31. Yes, 31. Daxton Hill safety, and Cam Taylor Britt, Nebraska. No idea who that bloke is. Zachary Carter. What? They chose two safeties in a row. Okay. Zachary Carter, defensive tackle. Cordell Volson. No idea. What's it? How many safeties do you want? You got Cam Taylor Britt. Tyson Anderson. They chose three safeties. All right. Okay. And Jeffrey Gunter. Why did you choose three safeties? I don't understand why you chose three safeties. Anyways, the Bengals suck anyway. The Bengals are 0-3 in Super Bowl, so they suck. So we'll move on. All right, next. We have the Browns draft. Oh, that's right. The Browns traded all their picks away for Deshaun Watson. They traded the whole house for Deshaun Watson. So we are talking about guys. Oh, my. This is crazy. The Browns draft started in round 3. They didn't even have a first-round pick. That's nuts. That's nuts and bolts. All right. Okay, so we have Martin Emerson, whoever that is. Alex Wright, defensive end. David Bell, receiver. Perron Winfrey, Oprah Winfrey's cousin. Cade York, place kicker. They got a kicker in the 4th round. That's interesting. That is really intriguing. I think the Ravens got a punter. We'll go back to that in a minute. Jerome Ford, Cincinnati running back. So they got a running back too. Okay, I can see that. The Browns have a pretty good offensive line though, so I can see that. Now, Michael Woods, the second, Oklahoma, and his friend Isaiah Thomas from Oklahoma, defensive end, and Dawson Deaton, Mr. Deets. All right, center. Now, let's go back to the Ravens because I think they got a punter. Yes, they did. Jordan Stout, Penn State punter. And the reason why I bring that up too, guys, is There were some ideas out there too that Calvin Austin III was chosen. We chose him right in the 4th round, and the Ravens were really trying to, he'll be sitting there. He'll sit there in the 4th or 5th. We'll get him. They chose the punter, and as they went to do so they got him in the 25th pick in the 4th round, right? In the 4th round again, 9 picks later, he was already gone. The receiver was gone. So they waited too long. They got the punter. They missed out on the receiver. So I'm not going to grade these draft guys. I'm not going to grade them because I don't really know. But all these players that I mentioned, I now dislike them because they wear orange and brown. They wear orange and black, and they wear purple and black. And I can't stand those teams at all. Guys, it's been a fun 30 minutes, fun 25, 30 minutes, whatever it is. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. If you stuck it to the very end, I thank you. And thank you for supporting the channel. It's fantastic. I almost ended the broadcast, but not yet. That's the wrong button. I was trying to remove the screen. I was going to remove the broadcast. Thank you for checking out Steel Nation Australia. Look, if you make it this far, and you've seen my content a million times, hit that sub. But for the guys who make it this far and you're already subscribed, I thank you. I appreciate you guys because that's what I'm trying to do, right? I'm trying to get famous. No, I'm joking. I'm trying to build something. I want to build where I can talk about football, interact with the community, and interact with you guys talking football. That's what I want to do. And when I make the content, and if it does fall flat, that's life, right? But if you've already been around, if you've been around a few times, and I've seen that guy a few times. He's on BTSC. He's on Football Down Under. He's on what else am I on? Pittsburgh Steeler Syndicate. It would help me out to sub. If you don't want to sub, that's fine. You can do whatever you want to do, man. But yeah, I do like making the content. I do like having a bit of fun. I do like laughing at myself and laughing with you guys and doing all that. Do you know why? Because of this, mate. It's because of that. It's because of the Steelers. That's why. I'm so keen. We were like, what? Not that I want time to go fast, because the older I get now, I want time to go slower. But we're 4 months away. We're 4 months away. Wow, that's crazy. We're 4 months away from the NFL season. 4 months, right? So, yeah. I've got nothing else to say. Hopefully the next few weeks I will have a guest, a special guest. I'm trying to NFL Network out there, like they all do. It could be Kay Adams. Don't know. No, it's not Kay Adams, but if it was, I'd be cheering. All right, guys, I'll see you guys later. Thank you for checking out Steeler Nation Australia. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go.